Vancouver is often celebrated as one of the world's most livable cities, an urban paradise surrounded by mountains and ocean. Yet beneath the postcard skyline lies a growing tension between rapid development and the stability of long-term communities. Between 2025 and 2026, the issue of displacement caused by redevelopment projects has become one of the most visible and emotionally charged topics in the city's housing debate. For many longtime residents, especially renters and low-income households, new towers and luxury developments represent not opportunity, but uncertainty. Urban displacement is closely linked to gentrification, a process in which wealthier residents and new investment move into historically lower income neighborhoods. As property values and rents rise, existing residents can be forced to relocate due to financial pressure or redevelopment of older buildings. Scholars define displacement as the relocation of households caused by rising housing costs and demographic changes in a neighborhood. These dynamics are particularly intense in high-demand cities like Vancouver, where land values and development pressures are among the highest in Canada. In recent years, Vancouver's housing strategy has attempted to balance two competing goals: increasing housing supply while preserving affordability. In December 2025, Vancouver City Council approved a set of measures aimed at accelerating the construction of new housing with a target of supporting more than 20,000 homes across the city. While such initiatives are designed to alleviate housing shortages, critics argue that redevelopment often replaces older, cheaper rental units with more expensive ones, thereby pushing out residents who have lived in these neighborhoods for decades. One of the most controversial debates in 2025 centered on plans to replace aging single-room occupancy hotels, SROs, in the downtown east side. These buildings house some of the city's most vulnerable residents. When City Council considered zoning changes to redevelop these properties with higher density housing, many residents voiced concern about losing their homes and community networks. At public hearings, residents argued that even well-intentioned redevelopment could destabilize fragile housing situations if replacement units were not guaranteed. The downtown east side illustrates a broader paradox in Vancouver's planning philosophy. The city frequently frames redevelopment around the concept of livability, emphasizing design, amenities, and vibrant urban spaces. However, urban planning scholars note that such policies can unintentionally contribute to inequality if they prioritize aesthetics and market investment over affordability. Research examining Vancouver neighborhoods shows that planning frameworks centered on livability can mask underlying conflicts about who benefits from redevelopment and who is excluded from it. Infrastructure projects and transit expansion can also intensify displacement pressures. Major investments like the Broadway subway extension and transit-oriented development corridors have increased land values in surrounding neighborhoods. Studies of similar redevelopment projects in Metro Vancouver have shown that older rental buildings near new transit infrastructure are often demolished or converted, leading to the loss of hundreds of affordable units. As these projects reshape the city's geography, long-time renters, particularly immigrants, seniors, and working-class families, face the difficult choice of paying higher rents or leaving the area entirely. At the same time, developers and policymakers argue that large-scale redevelopment is necessary to address the housing crisis. Massive projects such as the Oakridge Park redevelopment, scheduled to reopen in 2026, with new housing, retail, and public spaces, illustrate the scale of transformation occurring across the city. Similarly, the Indigenous-led Senwaki W housing development near Burrard Bridge is expected to add thousands of rental units, including hundreds of below-market homes, demonstrating that redevelopment can also provide opportunities for new housing models and partnerships. The public conversation around displacement has expanded beyond city council chambers into social media and digital platforms. Vancouver-based Instagram pages and local media accounts frequently post images comparing old neighborhood streetscapes with new condominium towers, often sparking heated debates in comment sections. On platforms like Reddit and TikTok, residents share stories about renovictions, a practice where landlords evict tenants to renovate and raise rents, while activists use hashtags like Save Our Neighborhoods to mobilize community support. These online discussions reveal how the housing crisis has become both a political and cultural issue for millennials and younger residents. Despite the controversy, experts emphasize that displacement is not inevitable. Policies such as tenant protections, replacement housing requirements, and community land trusts can mitigate the negative impacts of redevelopment. Governments at both federal and provincial levels have also begun investing billions into affordable housing programs and repairs to existing units, with funding intended to expand and preserve the housing supply across Metro Vancouver. Ultimately, the debate over displacement reflects a deeper question about the future of Vancouver itself. Is the city becoming an exclusive enclave for the wealthy, or can it remain a diverse urban community where artists, service workers, immigrants, and longtime residents all have a place? As cranes reshape the skyline between 2025 and 2026, the answer may depend on whether development policies prioritize not only economic growth, but also the stability of the communities that give Vancouver its character